everyone, I am Abi Marquez. The internet knows me as Lumpia Queen. And today we're going to talk about the secret or secrets to be the next big food creator. Okay, I'm in charge of the slides. Yes. So, I'm going to teach you or maybe tell my story today how I got from 0 to 8.6 million followers in more than 1 billion views on TikTok alone in just less than 3 years. So, next slide. And I started in my kitchen January 2022, just cooking for my family. The usual daily, I cook for my family, and I'm just really passionate about filmmaking. So I just took a video of whatever I'm cooking with my phone, edited it, add with voiceovers, and every time I posted, it just kept going viral. So in 2 years, among many creators who have been established for a long time, among all of those who I idolized, I won the TikTok Food Creator of the Year in the Philippines. And that was just in less than 2 years since I started. And this year... sorry, you guys. And in just this year also, not just in the Philippines, but I also started getting these recognitions from international organizations like a James Beard nomination, which is basically the Oscars for chefs, and a Webby Award as the first ever Filipino-born and raised to win a Webby Award, which is Oscars for the internet. That's how they describe themselves. Forbes 30 under 30, and that's all from me making silly things in my kitchen. Yes. All right, and how did I do that? I think it can all be summarized by this statement. Find what works and do that over and over again. It's not just a secret, but to me it's a package. This is the formula. So it's value, the value that you provide to your audience, plus engagement or feedback, consistency, and finally collaboration. So value. Value is, you have to think about what your followers or your viewer will gain from watching your content, okay? And that comes in various forms. The first one would be education or educational value. For a food content creator, that's hacks, tutorials, tips, how to solve a problem in the kitchen. Another one would be entertainment. Do you show something that's really mouth-watering, visually appealing? Are you funny in your videos? Is it super satisfying because you use a rhythmic ASMR? And inspiration. Do you post something motivational, or did you use a very creative treatment in your video that creators will save and then will try later on? It inspired them to make their own content. And lastly is connection. Does it elicit engagement from your audience? Do they find it relatable? And my unique angle is I make short form, quick recipe videos that are funny, that are very rhythmic, snappy, and I try to be creative in every post that I make. All of them are completely unique, and I make use of familiar ingredients so that people aren't too intimidated by what I post. So I use a combination of all of these values in all of my videos. Okay. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what you're passionate about. You also have to consider if the audience likes it. Okay, so here's the thing. I know if a video is good is if I can comment something after watching it. So before I publish anything, I watch my video multiple times and I think, if I were a viewer, what can I comment? If I cannot think of anything, this is a bad video. Let's re-edit. Let's add more stuff in it. Because this is just simply not going to perform. Because growth is audience-driven. You need engagement. It's not just about what you create. It's also about how captivating it is to your audience, how well it elicits engagement, right? Okay. And some ideas for engagement. Whenever I make videos, I use 4 strategies. So number 1, I ask a question. Eat or pass? Or let's make omurice. How do you like your eggs? Leave them in the comments. So that's an opportunity for your viewers to go to the comments and leave something. Or insert an you call it Easter egg? Like something random in the background and people can comment like, oh, I saw that. Did anybody else see that? Or something funny, because for some reason, especially the Gen Z, when you do something funny in the video, like when you slip, they will just repeat that in the comments, the way she slipped, or wow, her hat. They just like saying stuff. So just please make it easy for them to say something, all right? And in social media, really, it's the currency is attention and engagement, and you need to pay attention to how much the audience gives, how the amount of that the audience gives you. Sorry, English is not my first language. Please be nice to me. I'm Filipino, yeah, and I have to like train my brain for like 2 days to speak English. So, am I doing good? Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right. By the way, can I just ask how many people here are just starting? They still don't have a platform, just starting out with content. Can I see a raise of hands? Okay, you're my audience, okay? Yes, yeah. And another thing, sorry, I tend to jump from things to things. That's why I have my outline here. But another thing, this is something that a lot of creators would approach me for and ask me, why is my content not performing? And their content is like, this is my day one at Universal Studios Singapore. And I'm like, who are you? Why should I give a damn about your Universal Studios day trip one? Okay? So, as a starting creator, my advice would be, please make content that people will watch even if they don't know you. So, if you're going to Universal Studios for a food review, please do not use my day one or like trying the food, all the food in Universal. It can be, if it's educational, how expensive is food in Universal Studios? If it's, what else? Inspiring or entertaining, capture all the magnificent, fascinating B-rolls. It has to add value to someone watching. You could get really, really attached to what you are doing, that you forget that the performance of this video is gonna rely on how it connects to people. So always put yourself in the shoes of the viewer, all right? Okay. So next one is consistency. Do the next slide, yeah. Consistency, and I'm talking about both regularity or schedule of postings, as well as the treatment. Please, 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 if you start making content about food, do not post motorcycle vlogs or golfing or makeup. The algorithm understands what category you're in. In TikTok, we actually have, like I talked to someone on TikTok that's under the food vertical or under the dance vertical. They actually categorize these topics or these niche. So it really helps if you stick to one category or niche. And that's also a part of consistency. How regular are you posting? Every Wednesday, every Friday, 3 times a week? And how consistent are you in terms of branding? Because that really helps. So in scheduling, it increases your discoverability and visibility. If you show up all the time, people are gonna notice, I've been seeing this Filipino girl in my timeline like 3 times a week. I really like it. I'll just give her a follow. I find her content valuable. It also builds relationships in a community if you keep seeing the same people. And it also establishes brand identity. So I take it so seriously that the first kitchen that I cooked in, that's the background of the first videos I had. When I changed houses, I rented a 5-story property, a 5-bedroom property. So I'm not a 5-story, no, just a 5-bedroom property. And I just turned it into a studio. And I was like, ugh, if my kitchen changes, I feel like it's not gonna look like a cooking at grandma's Filipino kitchen vibes. So I'm gonna duplicate my previous kitchen. And that's what I mean when I talk about branding. You have to understand your core, what people like about you, and please keep that. Even if you expand, like what Jordan discussed earlier today. And also consistency, it sustains your interest. Okay. Sustains the interest of other people or your audience. And then lastly, it's collaboration. So this year I was also honored to collaborate with other creators from different countries in Singapore, Korean creators in LA, in New York, in Chicago. And these are basically the top food creators in the short form category. And why I did this is because aside from just making content all the time, I really think that it's important that we also learn from others, because as creatives, or we can only know so much about what we do, and this industry is so big that when you collaborate with other creators, I promise you will learn so much. And collaborating with other creators, it's also a way to show your audience your values. So if you choose the right collaborators, it will highlight what you stand for, and in a way, you will also kind of tap into their audience, and it will also expand your reach. And also, the best ideas comes from brainstorming with others. And this is, I think, why this event is really important. I try to do something similar in the Philippines. So every year, I hold a food creator gathering in the Philippines. All food creators in the Philippines. I just put inside a room and we all have fun and share things like this. And it's because I understand that in order to sustain a role in this industry or in this economy, it's really important that you consider yourself a part of a bigger picture. And it's really important to kind of build this community or culture of support. Yes. So to summarize, how to be the next big food creator or in other niches as well. Find what works for you, do it repeatedly. Find the niche or the value that you can give to others. Make sure that they actually appreciate it and listen to the feedback. Be consistent about it, show up regularly, and collaborate with others. So if you want to learn more about my story, I'm everywhere. Yes, I contaminate the internet. Yes. Yes. Thank you.